Hey, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Okay. So I'm hoping that our network is going to allow us to have a very quick live streaming. Okay. So we just want to talk briefly about June 16, and I'm hoping that some people are going to join us to tell us more about this holiday and its significance to the youth of today. Okay. But while I'm waiting for people to join the stream, I'm going to read for you the history of June 16 according to textbooks. Okay. So I'm going to read for you the history according to textbooks, and those of you who want to join, I'm going to put the link there. Okay. So it says that students from different schools began to protest in the streets of Soweto in response to the introduction of Afrikaans as the medium of instruction in black schools. It is estimated that about 20,000 students took part in the protests. They were met with fierce police brutality and men were shot and killed. So, in remembrance of these events, 16 June is now a public holiday in South Africa and it is named Youth Day. Black South African high school students in Soweto protested the Afrikaans Medium Decree of 1974, which forced all black schools to use Afrikaans and English in equal terms as languages of instruction. The association of Afrikaans with apartheid prompted black South Africans to prefer English. Even the Bantustan regimes chose English and an indigenous African language as official languages. In addition, English was gaining prominence as the language most often used in commerce and industry. The 1974 decree was intended to force the reverse of the decline of Afrikaans among black Africans. The Afrikaner-dominated government used the clause of the 1909 Union of South Africa Act that recognized only English and Dutch, the latter being replaced by Afrikaans. But white South African students learned other subjects in their own home language. Okay, now, on the morning of 16 June 1976, it is estimated that about 10 to 20,000 black students walked from their schools to Orlando Stadium for a rally, okay, to protest having to learn in Afrikaans in schools. Many students who later participated in the protest arrived at the schools that morning without prior knowledge of the protest but agreed to become involved. The protest was planned by the Soweto Students' Representative Council's Action Committee with the support from the wider Black Consciousness Movement. Teachers in Soweto also supported the march after the Action Committee emphasized good discipline and peaceful actions. Okay, so some people might ask who was leading. Okay, so Tsietsi Mashinini was the one leading the students from Morris Isaacson High School to join up with others who walked from Naledi High School. The students began the march only to find out that police had barricaded the road along their intended route. The leader of the action committee asked the crowd not to provoke the police, and the march continued on other routes and eventually ended up near Orlando High School. The crowd of about 3 to 10,000 students made its way towards the area of the school. Students sang and waved placards with slogans such as "Down with Afrikaans," "Viva Azania," and "If we must do Afrikaans, Vorster must do Zulu." Okay, so it is said that the police set their trained dogs on the protesters, who responded by killing it. The police then began to shoot directly at the children. Among the first students to be shot was a 15-year-old Hastings Ndlovu and 12-year-old Hector Peterson, who were shot at Orlando West High School. Okay, so the photographer Sam Zima took a photograph of the dying Hector Peterson as he was carried away by Mbuyisa Makubo and accompanied by his sister Antoinette Peterson. which became the symbol of the Soweto uprising. Okay, I think most of the people you've seen this picture of a boy being carried up like that. So this is the person who was being carried. Was only 12 years old. Okay, so this is where the June 16 came from. Okay, it came from students protesting, Afrikaans being made the only official language in schools. So they said, no, we cannot do that. We are going to protest. We're not going to allow that thing to happen to us. If we are to learn in Afrikaans, then those Afrikaners should also do what? Should also learn an indigenous language like Zulu. Therefore, they protested. But then today, I just wanted to have people to come into the program so that we can talk about the significance of June 16 to the youth of today and what lessons can be drawn from June 16th. Okay, so that is why we are here with this live streaming today. So I'm going to put the link so that anyone can join in if the network is working perfectly, and then we can talk about that. So I was just giving you the background, okay? I was just giving you the background of June 16 there. So now we want to have people coming into the stream to, okay, let me edit this. We want to have people joining in the stream to talk about, oh, it's June 16th, yeah. Okay, I think it's okay now. To come so that we can talk about it together. Because if you ask me, I'll say June 16 is very, very significant, especially to the youth of today in terms of bravery, okay? In terms of bravery that they did not wait, to be told to keep quiet. They were never afraid, okay? They knew that something was wrong and they had to do something about it, and they did, okay? They were united. This is another issue that I picked from the story, that they were very united. They came out of they discovered that this thing was wrong, and if they were not to act on it immediately, it would have caused more harm. Even today, that problem would have been there, but because they noticed it and they were fearless, okay, they were fearless, they decided to fix the issue by protesting, okay, so they gave up their lives for the for what is happening now, the freedom that the youth have now. So I also always think, like, I think this is where the courage of South African youth comes from, because that on its own, the happenings of June 16, it goes to show, the it's sort of a foundation. It's sort of a foundation for the generation of young South Africans who are there now. That is why sometimes I feel like the courage that you see being exhibited by South African young people, they're not afraid. If they don't like something, they will say it. If they want to protest it, they will say it. I feel like they had, they are learning from that particular event of June 16 of 1976. It showed them that young people can actually stand up and voice out and change something. Okay, regardless of the repercussions. Sometimes when these protests happen or when these revolutions are happening, there are some consequences. Okay, some people, there's bound to be loss of life, there's bound to be bloodshed, but at the end of the day, it only takes people who are not afraid. Okay, it only takes people who are not afraid to say, well, regardless of the outcome, whatever the situation we're going to be facing, we are still going to do this thing. So I feel like that event on its own, when I was reading about it and following stories and following documentaries and everything, I realized that these young kids, they were students. You saw some, even the teachers, I think at one time they could have stopped them, say, no, don't protest. Let's just do what these white people want us to do. Let's just listen to them. But they said, no, we cannot listen to them. We cannot accept this is wrong. And they decided to do something about it, and they did something about it, and they protested. So I feel like this is where that strength and that mentality of saying we can also voice out some things and change will come. Okay, this is how I see it. Okay, so let me put here. I'm connecting again. I'm connected to different platforms, so that's why I'm also connected to different platforms there. That's why I'm a bit. Okay, let's see. Oh man, I'm trying to do something there. I don't know what to do now. I'm trying to. Will it work? Will it work? Okay, let me try. Please just hold on. Okay, I'm trying to. I hope it works. I hope I will not disturb it. Oh my god. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Sorry guys, I'm trying to check if it's working. Okay, I think it's working. Thank you. Okay. Okay, it's working. It's working perfectly. Ah, thank God. I was worried. Oh my God. Oh my word. Okay. Whew, child, I was worried. Okay. Now I'm back. It's okay now. So let me continue with what I was reading. I was just reading from a PDF file. Okay, now I was reading for you, the history of this. Now, as I move forward, and then they said after the two were shot, after the two Hastings and Lovo and Hector Peterson were shot, the violence then escalated as bottle stores and beer halls seen as outposts of the apartheid government were targeted as were the official outposts of the state. Okay, the violence had people, vans, armored vehicles, police, it continued through the night, okay? Oh man, emergency clinics were swarmed with injured and bloody children. The police requested for the hospital to provide a list. The police, junior. No, this is about Youth Day in South Africa, which is being commemorated today, June 16. That's what you're talking about, but I'm not quite familiar if they are related to Juneteenth. I'm not sure about that. But this one is related to South Africa, the Youth Day. Oh, okay, no, 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 they are not. But I would have loved to know what Juneteenth is about. But this is about Youth Day in South Africa. Oh, no, 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 no. It's different. It's different. This is about South Africa, but I'm just waiting for any South African to come into the stream to tell us more about this holiday. I only learned about it, in at school and in reading about it and following, documentaries, but I'm not really quite familiar. I follow documentaries and reading history books. So it's not about Juneteenth. This is about June 16th, Youth Day. Okay, so let me continue there. Okay, now I was reading for you the history, okay? Okay, now when the injured were taken to the hospitals, they say that the police requested for the hospitals to provide a list of all victims with bullet wounds to prosecute them for rioting. The hospital administrator passed the request to the doctors, but the doctors refused to create the list. doctors recorded bullet wounds as abscesses. Okay, so it's also written that about 1,500 heavily armed police officers deployed to Soweto on 17th June carried weapons including automatic rifles, stun guns, and carbines. Okay, they drove around in armored vehicles with helicopters monitoring the area from the sky. Okay, they said the South African Army was also ordered on standby as a tactical measure, okay, to show military force. Crowd control methods were used. The South African police at the time included mainly displacement techniques. Okay. In general, that is the history, okay? For those of you who didn't know about this this June 16, okay, it's about South African black students who protested against Afrikaans is they were being told to make up to study in Afrikaans as an official language, but they said no, 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 and they started to protest, and also they say that some students went to school that day. They didn't even know that there was going to be a protest. Okay, but when they go to school, they were told, oh, there's going to be a protest. So they ended up, oh, where is the protest? Everybody started to join in. The teachers joined in. Different high schools joined in. And when they were singing and dancing, and, with their placards, then all hell broke loose. The police started to fire shots at them. And then chaos. You know how it is when there's riot. And, oh my goodness, what is happening there? Okay, let me check on remove this thing from Facebook because I put it on Facebook too. I need to remove it from Facebook. I'm streaming on 3 platforms at the same time, so I need to be checking on all platforms, okay, to see what's going on there. I need to be checking on all platforms to see what is going on there because I don't know what is going on. Okay, so I wanted to what do you call it? I wanted to make a notice for this live stream, but I wasn't sure if the network was going to allow me to stream live. So that is why I did not put the notice. No. Okay, we continue like that. It's working properly. Close this page. Okay, okay. I think my Facebook is having problems there. I'm failing to I'm failing to send a link on Facebook. Someone wants to join from Facebook, but I don't know how to share the link on Facebook, so it's a problem for me. Mhm. I think I have to cut off this live stream, guys, okay? I will need to cut it off then, hoping that I'll have to fix what is happening on Facebook there. There's a problem with my streaming on Facebook. So I need to stop here and then we'll continue again, okay? This is Africa. It's been so long, it's been very, very long, long. I need to go and fix something on my Facebook streaming. Seems like there's a problem, so I need to switch on to Facebook. I will come back again, okay? I'm coming back again. It seems I have a problem there.